Welcome to the 300 Heroes Champion Spotlight. Today we'll be reviewing Kurumi, who is a ranged AD carry champion. We'll be reviewing most of her moves, how to play her, and suggested builds. Now, we shall get started. Kurumi's passive, Zaf Kill. When you reach a certain amount of health, you will trigger a clock above yourself for about 3 seconds. If you die within the time that the clock is above you, you'll be sent back to base. I'll show it off right now. When you're sent back to base from your passive, you'll be unable to take any form of action for the next 30 seconds. Although you will deny the other player a kill, it's really good passive. We will continue on with the skills once I'm done having a headache. As you can see, Kurumi is very hurt right now. Moving on. Kurumi's Q, F left. When you activate your Q, you will gain increased damage to your basic attacks, as well as being able to attack multiple targets in front of you for a short duration. It's good for wave clearing, it's good for adding damage on an extra enemy for more extra damage output, and it's good for team fights. Kurumi's W, which has 3 different effects, is called Bet, Zayan, and Yad. The 3 different effects that occur, when you trigger your W, you will use some of your time energy, which will enchant your basic attacks with 3 different effects. Each one of these effects can randomly happen as you're basic attacking. One of them is being able to silence your target, another one is being able to temporarily stun your target, and the other one is being able to slow your target's attack speed while increasing your own. Do note that this takes a bit of your time energy away, so use it wisely. Your E is called Hour of the Eclipse. Your E is how you gain time energy. When you activate your E, any enemy unit and or champion inside of the Hour of Eclipse will passively give you extra time energy over time, the longer they stay in the Hour of the Eclipse circle. I suggest always getting a point into your Hour of Eclipse first, so you can gain energy. After that, I suggest that you max your Q immediately. The ultimate, unfortunately, I will not be able to show you here, as there are no actual enemy heroes, for again, the enemy AI hero here is considered a minion. But I will explain what your ultimate can do. There is a passive effect of your ultimate of Dilat and Chet. For 20 seconds, you will get this cooldown. After that cooldown is up, which is right here, Dilat, any source of damage you take will automatically be healed back regardless of the number from the first damage you take, rather it's from a minion or a champion. It could be 1 damage, you'll automatically heal it back, or it could be 1,000 damage and you'll automatically heal it back instantly, which then it will go on cooldown for the next 20 seconds to be used again. The active, however, which I can still activate but it won't actually work, you will send clones of yourself to all champions globally on the map, which will do 40% of your actual damage but take 200% of your actual life. You are able to teleport to any of the clones that are anywhere on the map. This is good for joining in a team fight or taking down a low health enemy getting away, as they will attack them anywhere on the map. Also note that every time you kill a minion, your passive will give you 3 of your time energy back. When team fighting, I suggest activating your W and your Q at the same time for maximum damage output and crowd control. Kurumi brings a lot of utility from her W to any team fight, so make sure you always have it on, but make sure not to use all of your energy on your W. Always use your E when possible when you're surrounded by enemies to keep your energy filled. The build I recommend that I have changed from the actual recommended build is the usual 80s CK build, but it's just a tad bit different for Kurumi. Again, I recommend that you pick up attack speed boots, the Kusanagi sword, the blood sword, the broken blade. The broken blade has an active to where if you use it on an enemy, you'll steal their movement speed and gain their own. It'll give you an additional life speed, or lifesteal, attack speed, and attack damage. It's a good item to pick up for Kurumi. And the frozen sword. The reason why I suggest that you get the frozen sword, Kurumi is a rather squishy champion, so this will give her some help for some extra survivability in team fights, as well as the passive of slowing your enemies with your basic attack. Stack that onto your W and you have some really good utility for team fights. Also note that your Q procs anything on hit, so that means multiple enemies can be affected by your W and that frozen sword. And last but not least, your last item should definitely be the razor blade sword. That said, for summoner spells I suggest you take Ignite or Flash or Teleport and Flash. Well, that's all that we could possibly cover on Kurumi. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this guide and found it useful. I'll see you guys on the next review.